Hi, Mr. Aslan, the landlord here. I made a very interesting juice today. Interesting because of the color. The color is gray and it looks like cement slurry. Okay, don't be put off because let me tell you the ingredients one by one and you'll find out it's very interesting. So I was at Eon today and they were selling fresh strawberries, 12.50 a punnet. So I got a punnet. And in my smoothie today, I put 10 fresh strawberries. Then I put 7 Mazafati dates. Now, Mazafati dates are the cheapest dates you can find. They're 10 ringgit for a 600 gram box. And it's one of my favorite dates, not only because it's cheap, but it's also very sweet. Now, all dates, whatever variety, all belong to the same species. So from a nutritional density and diversity point of view, they're more or less the same. So because I'm a cheapskate, I buy the cheapest variety. There's some dates which are purportedly the Prophet Muhammad's favorite date. So that one is like 40 ringgit a kilo, like crazy. You're paying a premium because of supply and demand. There's a lot of demand because everybody thinks it's a barakat if they eat the dates which are the favorite of the prophets. But Mazafati dates are very sweet. They're a moist date. They're more than 5% moisture content. So you'll find them a bit unusual. The driest dates I know are the Deglet Noor from Tunisia. Those are about 12 ringgit for a 600 gram box. Okay. But come fasting month, Mahfuz will sell 5 kilo sack of Deglet Noor for 25 ringgit. That works out to be 5 ringgit a kilo. So that's worth buying, even if you have to buy 5 kilos and share with your friends. When they have a sale, the Mazafati dates would be 5.90 for the 600 gram box, which works out to be 10 ringgit a kilo. Okay, so I put 7 dates because I estimated I'd make about 700 milliliters of smoothie. The rule of thumb is 1 date per 100 ml. Okay, so if you're making a liter, put 10 dates. And don't forget to take out the seeds because the seeds are very hard. Okay. Then I put in the stuff that makes the color go gray. I put half a teaspoon of spirulina, which I mix together with chlorella. So both are good sources of omega-3 fatty acids. They are polyunsaturated fatty acids and they're good for you. However, do be careful because previously I used to put 2 heaped teaspoons of a mixture of these what happens is I buy them in separate jars, but when one jar is like half full and they're both half full, I just pour them all into one jar. So a mixture of chlorella as well as spirulina. Okay, they're both algae seaweed stuff, which are rich sources of omega-3 polyunsaturated fatty acids, which are good for you, as opposed to the omega-6, which is the nasty stuff. So the mistake I made is I used to put 2 heaped teaspoons, so that would be about 10 more than 10 grams. Okay, so I had a low blood pressure, hypotension as a result of that. So it does lower your blood pressure because it helps dilate your blood vessels. So when I read the literature, the recommended daily allowance is actually 3 grams a day. So 1 teaspoon is 5 grams, so half would be 2.5. So just use about half a teaspoon, okay? The maximum dose is 3 grams a day. So half teaspoon, 2.5 grams would be just nice for you, okay? And that is what causes that color. Then I put a chunk of pineapple, a little bit of frozen jagung, frozen sweet corn, a little bit of frozen peas. Now, instead of putting ice, I put these frozen sweet corn, which you can eat raw. Don't worry about it. Even the peas you can eat raw, although it's not terribly nice tasting. Okay, so just put a little bit to get that extra protein in there. From the peas. Instead of buying pea protein powder, which costs like 90 ringgit a jar. You just buy these frozen peas, which is like 4.25 at Segi Fresh for half a kilo or 1 kilo. I can't remember. But, packet is just 4.25. It's so much cheaper, 20 times cheaper than buying this so-called pea protein powder at the organic section of Village Grocer or wherever. So save your money and buy frozen peas instead. I also put frozen black grapes. So that's the other thing I use instead of ice cubes. I pluck out the black grapes from the bunch and put it in a steel bowl and bung it in my freezer. So whenever I make a smoothie, I take 10 out and put in my smoothie. Okay, so this helps cool things down, because when you blend something, it does generate a lot of heat. Okay, so put some frozen stuff in there instead of putting frozen ice, because ice has no nutritional value. There's no nutrient density in ice. It's just water, which has zero calories, no micronutrients, nothing. So put frozen grapes, frozen jagung, or frozen peas. And now, just to let you know, strawberries don't last very long in the fridge. They last like 3 days. So you might want to consider, after a few days and you still haven't finished your strawberries, freeze them. Okay, and you can eat the leafy bits, the green bits of strawberries. I've eaten them in the salad. They taste nice. Okay, they're not distasteful. They're not poisonous. So don't worry if you eat them. Okay. Okay, so what else did I put in there? The dates for the sweetness, the pineapple, because I cut them up, the leftover from yesterday, and the dates for the sweetness, the grapes, the sweet corn, and whatever is for the cooling down, to cool things down, give some extra nutrients as well. So, I put ice water. Now, when I blended it with about 400 ml of ice water. But when it came out, it was very thick. Okay, it was very viscous. Oh, I put seeds, flax seeds. So the flax seed made it very thick. Okay. So I forgot to mention that. Don't ask me how much, but I just pakai tuang saja. Okay, you just have to learn to agak-agak things. Okay. I only tell you about quantities when it's very critical or as a rule of thumb. Otherwise, it's up to your taste buds. Like the dates, 1 date per 100 ml, and maximum amount of chlorella and spirulina is 3 grams a day. Other than that, you can vary it each time you make your juice, so that you don't get bored of things tasting the same or the color looks the same. So it looks like you've put cocoa powder in it, So anyway, it's very thick when I took it out of the vacuum blender. So I added 600 ml of water and I tarik it with a glass. I didn't blend it again because I didn't want it to get heated up again. And then I had to put more things to cool it down, and then it get thicker because of that. And then, it's never ending. I end up with 1.2 liters of smoothie which I have to drink. So anyway, today I ended up with 900 ml of smoothie, and it was almost like a dinner replacement. So I'm quite full from that. So, okay, that's it for today. I didn't bother to make video because I'm quite tired. I went to Brickfields, and then I went to Bangsa for a talk. And then I went to Masjid India, to Lulu, which is actually in Capital Square. And no, not Capital Square. Yeah, Capital Square. So anyway, I got the a blender which has stainless steel jugs, and this blender is actually for blending spices like cardamoms, cloves, cinnamon, stuff like that. Because if I blend it in my Kuvings vacuum blender, well, you don't need the vacuum when you're vacuuming spices for a start. And secondly, the jar is made of glass, and then because it's very abrasive, it very quickly sandblasts the insides of your jar, and it looks translucent rather than clear. So I just got a new jar because 2 of my jars are kaput. One was cracked and the other one had something wrong with it because I overloaded the vacuum blender. I just had it fixed and it cost me a bomb. And then I bought 2 new jars, and I don't want to spoil the new jars by blending spices in them, so I got myself Indian brand called Star Gold. You probably never heard of it, at Lulu in Masjid, India. Yes, on Tuesday I went to Brickfields and I went to see a shop. They had a brand called Premier, which was slightly more expensive. I was actually looking for a brand called Sumeet, Sumeet, but no shops in Brickfields or in Lulu carried it. So I bought the one that was cheaper than the Premier brand in Brickfields, the Star Gold brand at Lulu. And the customer service at Lulu is excellent. The salesman, helped me put everything in a trolley, took me to the cashier, picked out I actually bought another blender for a wedding, as a wedding present, and picked out the wrapping paper. It had wedding bliss because I can't see, and then he carried all the stuff to customer service who gift wrapped the wedding thing. And then they were all very kind and helpful and very personal service. It's like shopping in Harrods in London, in Knightsbridge. So if you haven't been to Lulu, and I've only heard of Lulu on Tuesday, where my physiotherapist, my Ayurveda therapist, told me that if he goes to Masjid India, he goes to Lulu because he can get everything from India there. It's a department store. It's a hypermarket, actually. It's like, 5 stories or whatever. So the electrical department is on the first floor. They sell computers as well. So anyway, that was my experience today. Now, when I got back, I was so tired. I forgot to bring my phone even today when I went out. So I don't know how many kilometers I walked. But anyway, I was like too tired to make a video. So I'm just making this voice note, and just to let you guys know that you can do weird stuff with your vacuum blender, and it's all very good for your nutritional health. Bye. See you next time.
Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to show your support.